Well, hello again, everyone. I'm Gary Gatto, and welcome to P1's coverage of Round 11, the next to last round of Season 2 of the ISRA Truck Series. We come to you today from Kansas Speedway. Joining me in the booth is Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Luis, welcome to Kansas Speedway. And only 2 weeks left to go in the championship, and it is getting pretty close to clinch time for Greg Evans. He might have to just finish as high as 5th today, and he might clinch the championship. So that kind of leaves a wide open battle, not just for second. I think we're down to 2 players in the championship just for first and second, but still a lot of players still in contention for third, and a lot of movement in the points. We still have just 2 races to go, so a lot of racing still left.
Yeah, for sure. Good evening for everyone. So Evans just 27 indifferent on Kirby, so it's gonna be a good battle today. Like I just said, if he's finished higher today, it could be proclaimed the championship today. But if still Wagner, Stroll, Crow, Richie Hearn, Rickney maybe, and Nguyen maybe should be over there in the battle for the podium. So a lot of contender today and for next week on Pocono. Pocono on the last race on the season.
There are the points on the screen. Evans, Kirby, they're the only 2 drivers eligible for the championship right now mathematically. I did some work in ChatGPT today, as we talked about, and I asked ChatGPT who is eligible still to finish in the top 3 besides Evans and Kirby. So Wagner is the currently in P3 coming into today's race. Pat Armstrong, Sam Crow, Richie Hearn, and Mike Rigney all have a shot at the bottom step of the podium with 2 races to go. That is what we got going on. Now, unfortunately, Guyan, Zorn, and Hayes are eliminated from top 3 contention, but they are still eligible, I believe, for top 5 contention. We will talk about many of the point summaries as we get going into this race. I asked ChatGPT a number of questions, and it was pretty interesting, the information it kicked out, and we'll talk more about that as we get into the race as well. But let's get into today's starting lineup here from Kansas Speedway, as we need to queue up all the music and everything, and we got a lap to do it in. All right, we got the music. Let's get the grid. And there is your starting grid. Is Wagner is on the pole to start this race off at. And wow. He had a pretty good IndyCar race on Saturday, but that's all I'm going to say about that. He doesn't want me to talk any more about it. Armstrong second. Evans and Rigney back in row 2. Euler and Zorn in row 3. We have 2 Kirbys in the lineup today. We got Justin and Brent. Justin will be in row 4 along with Graydon. New starter today in row 5. We have Tim Fiedler. Welcome, Tim. He is in the 77 back in row 5. Say hey, Lewis Hayes back there in the 38 in the 10th spot. Moving on to the next page, please. There we go. Hearn and Big John in row 6. Rick D and Goodman making a return to the series back in row 7. Callisto and Kirby. This is the other Kirby. This is Brent in row 8. Gallows and Guyan back in row 9, and Sam Crow back in row 10, attempting the first challenge. But a pretty decent sized field today, 19 trucks, one of our largest fields that we've had in a while.
That's pretty good for tonight, so it's gonna be excited. I have information for the next season. I thought it's gonna start on next year on January, February. But I have information it's gonna be December, the first week of December, or maybe the second week of December of this year for the season, for the next season for the IndyCar Series.
Can't
you
wait.
You still have the point system in your screen.
Oh gosh, dang it! And I need
Green flag.
Yep.
Oh, Gary. And we'll show the grid one more time. You know, even the best of us have our worst days. So again, sorry about that. But Wagner, even though Wagner says he had a bad day on Sunday, I'm starting off my Monday night here pretty bad. I'm going to blame the flu shot that I had earlier today.
Oh, no.
Wagner down to the apron to complete lap 1.
And Evans gonna take the lead.
Lap 2. Yeah, Evans. Not going to waste any time. Callisto already up 2 spots. Crow also up 2 spots from the rear. Evans up 2 spots, wasting no time trying to clinch this championship with 1 week to go. This track is a lot of fun in these trucks. You can throw these trucks around pretty good. The intelligence that has been slipped to me by our driver expert that is in the field.
White Callisto, Kirby, Richard
Here we go. 4 wide. We're getting really messed up here. Here we go, guys.
Just be careful, Kirby over there. Careful, because he's contended for the championship.
Yeah, we don't need an early out here to decide the championship at lap 4. Oh, we're still up there. Callisto's got a lot of momentum on the high side. Trucks behind him are kind of going, where do we go? Who do we follow?
I think Callisto got the intelligence, so he's very smart. So if you take the third line, it's the easy. In IndyCar it's the same too. If you take the third line, you're going more fast. Also, you make more.
Here he goes again.
Aisles.
Yeah, it is a longer way around, but you have the momentum built up on the top side there, Richie. A little kiss to the wall. Hey, Lewis Hayes said he expects the fuel run to be about 34 laps. Bottom line will be the fastest at the start of the run, then the top line comes in after about 10 to 15 laps, which has kind of been my experience around here. And these trucks are a lot of fun once you can start changing the line. But here we see Callisto again at the top, rim riding all the way to the front. Oh,
I see Armstrong.
Armstrong was a little leading there, yeah. It is Wagner, it is Rigney, it is Callisto, Euler, Armstrong, Fiedler. Evans now back to 7th, Graydon 8th. Now Zorn 8th, Graydon 9th. We expect pit stops around lap 31. Oh, we're going to go 4 wide for the lead, 3 wide for the lead. Here we go. And these are 3 of Lionheart's originals up here in the IndyCar side of things. They're getting ready to, they're feeling racy. They know the IR18 is near. And Callisto up 14 spots in 7 laps, and he is your leader.
And also the faster lap.
Purple lap, nice job. I mean, he did not have the fastest line. He did not have the shortest line to do that fastest lap. So that was pretty impressive.
Very impressive. Still in the high line. So because it's night, it's very, very low. The temperature is 70 Fahrenheit, 21.1 Celsius for outside the USA. So yeah, it's really, really. I think so. It's just survive on the track, back race for sure.
Yeah.
Just how are you gonna save the fuel here?
Yeah, well, the guys in the back in the draft are saving the fuel right now. If they can go a little bit longer, that might help their chances. Maybe catch a caution at the right time. There are your current conditions. We've had them up for a couple of laps now. Track temp is 69, or excuse me, 70. Ambient temperature is 69. As Stretch and Evans are getting very close together through 1 and 2. Humidity is pretty high at 83%. The wind is very light out of the south at 1 mile per hour right now. That is your weather conditions. here at Kansas, as Evans now breaks away from the pack. He's in single file. And now we have Hearn looking on the outside of Stretch, as they're pretty much 2 by 2 by 2 for the next couple of rows back. And now Rigney kind of breaks ahead. Now it is Kirby and Zorn side by side. Then it is Say Hey Lewis Hayes and Goodman side by side. And then the rows behind them are kind of lining up on that higher line, getting ready to see if they can follow someone through. Fiedler in 6th and 7th, up to 5th now, excuse me, as he is underneath Wagner. And there's Brent's, there's the other Kirby, just kind of hanging out in the back. He's down on the apron, trying to make the shortest way possible around here. I suspect someone's going to attempt a fuel strategy of some type.
There should be. Oof. I see Euler on the wall a little bit, just kiss the wall. You know, everything could happen. So maybe Evans getting ball in the Greg and could be changing the championship. So it's getting. I'm really excited for that race. So it's like a strategy, everything. To be honest, like a surprise how. Now it's everybody separate, so now it should be the time where you see who's saved a little bit the tires, because it should be everybody. Always I said this: everybody's good, or you have a new tire.
You're right.
Yeah, everybody's pro, or you have a new tire. So that's the real thing.
Right, exactly.
After that, you're gonna see who's the real driver and who's practice with the car. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah, everyone feels invincible with new tires. That is for sure. Even I did when I raced these things. Like, woo, I am good. And then 15 laps later, like, I am crap. It is Callisto up 14 spots. He's your leader. The Series 1 champion and also the champion of the Xfinity Series will not be repeating here for the Truck Series. But good to see him back. Rigney second, Euler third. Brian Graydon. So Brian, he is up 4th now. He's up 4 spots. Tim Fiedler making his first start. He is also up 4 spots. Evans back 3. But again, you got to wonder what Evans is up to. Is he playing the long game? What's he doing back there? Has his own strategy. And then Wagner down 6th to 7th. But again, what's Wagner playing back there as well? Then we have Kirby, who we know always has something up his sleeve.
I know you don't follow NASCAR. Actually, I know
not as close as some people would like me to. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but I have a question. Why Kyle Larson is not in the Ford for the championship for Phoenix? Really, is a good question. He won in Dover. He didn't get the catch. I don't know.
Well, it's long been that they've always wanted NASCAR has kind of wanted a different system, because I think the season that really got a lot of the fans upset is Matt Kenseth when he won the championship. He only won 1 or 2 races that entire season, but he was a model of consistency across the entire season. And often they found out that, you know, they wanted stage racing because there was always these drivers that were good at the beginning of the race but weren't good at the end of the race, so they thought they should be rewarded them. And
So
And
lots
I
of
think
ones.
I think they kind of lost their focus in the thing. I like the idea of everybody getting a win gets into the playoffs. I do like that idea. It does incentivize winning to get in. I think your champion should have wins under their belt. But I think the way that they decided to do the playoffs with eliminating people in different rounds then takes the regular season champion out of it, so to speak, or the person that if you were to, let's say, go back to the legacy Winston Cup point system and tally up the points, who would be the champion. And I would always say that if it's not working right, and they've done the playoffs for a number of years now, a whole generation of NASCAR fans have grown up with the playoffs now. I don't see the harm in going away from the playoffs and trying something new, especially with your lead driver in the points just happen to have a couple bad races down the stretch and doesn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. So,
and I'm sorry, while we were talking about that, we missed the pass for the lead as Jake Euler gets around Lionel Callisto. I don't know how you feel about it, though.
I think it's like sometimes fair, sometimes not fair. You can win, say, 6 or 10 races, and then you're out for the championship. It's like it's not fair. And when some guy won one race, and then I am the championship. I going for the championship. It's like I don't know. It's different systems, different thing. It's like the Formula One. They have before they have 10 points. Now they have 25 plus 1 plus the sprint race. So it's like cannot. It's getting excited because the champion is getting close, but it's like
watching this battle here for 7th between Fiedler, Armstrong, Kirby, Hayes, and Zorn. They are all packed together in kind of a diamond formation. But yeah, you're right. I think there's a lot of upset fans this last race weekend. Formula One had a bit of a weird race. And then you have a different race for the finals, the last driver to make its way into the Final Four for NASCAR. My best suggestion is, if you're not a big fan of it, NASCAR always reacts to what the ratings are on TV. Don't watch it. That's what I did. I have not watched the last 3 weeks of NASCAR. It doesn't matter to me.
We saw on the
I saw it, Kirby. And Zorn, a little bit of a kiss on the rear bumper.
You know who is watching also too? Is George Saldo. They say hi on the chat.
Big George. How's the expo going, George?
You have to hustle. It's getting back and back and back, and Evans is on the 5th. So
yeah, Evans has worked his way up to 5th. Here he is.
Kirby's coming back. Yeah, I think so. But well, it's okay. It's going on the second line, but still slow in the low line though.
He says, George says the exhibitor portal just went live. So,
cool. So it's next year in September.
Yeah, Sim Gaming Expo. Oh, look out! As, hey, Lewis Hayes got a little squirrely off of 2.
Oh, that's weird. He loose to the right.
I think he caught it. He was loose. I think he just caught it, and the front wheels caught at the wrong time. And looking forward to the Sim Gaming Expo. I'll be there. A whole bunch of the drivers that you see here in the ISRA, former Lionheart guys, they'll all be there. George put a lot of hard work into that, so we're looking to see that pay off. What's that?
In which part of the country is?
Chicago. Not too far for you.
Yeah.
Unless Lewis, you're telling me you can't enter the United States.
I can enter today. I can, yes, I can. But I would like to go with my wife, so that's the thing. I can't. It's like I cannot.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis is on lists.
Oh, hold on for the Steam tonight is 30 to 35.
Yeah.
I said 32 to 36 maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right, especially with some of the guys that are fuel saving in the back. So we are looking at momentarily first round pit stops with Euler leading right now, followed by Callisto and Rigney. Euler leading some of his only laps of the season and looking pretty good and pretty fast here at lap 31 of 130 here for the 195 miler we're doing tonight at Kansas with 130 laps of the 1.5 mile oval. 75% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 1 on the truck, 3 in the pits.
So yeah, we can maybe eyes open for, because maybe the pit stop's coming soon in 2 or 3 laps maybe. But I see Kirby's getting back and back and back. He lost 1 position. Not good for the championship there. But
Yeah,
still, Sava race on 90.
He's currently
99 laps.
in 8th. Yeah, so I asked ChatGPT. I gave it all of the stats, as we'll keep an eye on our leaders to see when they come to pit road. I asked ChatGPT, said, okay, here's the point system. Here are your bonus points, and here are the drivers with their points. And the question was, knowing the driver standings and the point systems and how many races are left on the schedule, what are the point scenarios for the top 10? Wow, it gave me a huge readout. So basically it said Greg Evans here, which here is a stop for Euler, scheduled stop coming to pit road right now. It kind of summed it up a little too much for Greg. It says finishing consistently in the top 5 with bonuses should be enough to maintain his lead unless Kirby wins both races with maximum points. Well, my response to ChatGPT was kind of, duh. I kind of know that, ChatGPT. Can you give me more information as we watch Euler making the first stop of the day, turning the lead over to Callisto. Callisto coming in there right now.
Yep. Oh. Okay.
And Graydon coming in as well. And I'll turn the lead over to Rigney. So I said, what does Greg need to do to win the championship? So according to ChatGPT, to win the championship, Greg needs to finish the season with at least 424 points to ensure victory, regardless of Kirby's performance. Oh, and look, we got side-by-side coming to pit road. Number of trucks coming to pit road. Everybody coming to pit road right now. Oh, that was a good entrance by Greg. He got on the outside of Rigney and managed to pick up a position on pit road.
Wow, that's pretty good, though.
But look who's our leader, and look who gets a bonus point for leading. Kirby.
That's very good, too. Also, too. So, really good break on Evans. So, that's what I always said. You have to practice your entry.
Yes.
Always.
And you got to assume here in the ISRA that you're going to be coming and doing green flag pit stops.
Everybody.
Kirby, Hearn, Rick D. Oh, look at Sam Crow on the low side, getting a bit of a nose on Rick D. Brent also coming to pit road. Hugo coming to pit road. But now Evans coming off of pit road. He's going to be the leader, but now just getting passed by Euler. And Euler is going to pick up the lead. And can Callisto get around Evans? And he does. But remember, in this league, we've seen that even with a couple of laps on tires, the tire degradation is pretty bad. So does Evans have fresh enough tires to pick up the position around Callisto to get back up into second? Rigney now 4th, Wagner 5th, Pat Armstrong 6th, Graydon 7th.
Oh no. I think it's gonna need to one more stop.
The leader?
Everybody. So 2 more stop.
All right.
Because yeah, so we have a 90 to go, 92, 93 to go. So means the next stop's gonna be 35. It's gonna be 58 to go. So they need to cut that one in 2.
But yeah, Graydon, it's not Graydon, Euler, our leader, came in at 33. So we expect, I don't know how much he managed to extend that stint when he was coming up through the field and drafting and whatnot. But let's see he manages to be able to replicate that 33 to go to 66.
Yeah, so I guess it's gonna go in 68 to 69, and then in 104, but it still have a 26. So it should be one more. Yeah, it should be 2 more. That's what I guess. That's what I guess. Yeah.
So George says it's a short plane ride for you if you want to come to Chicago.
Yeah, but I don't want to go alone. That's the thing.
But you'll have all of us there. We'll keep you out of trouble. It's a Sim Expo. How much, George? How much debauchery can you get into in a Sim Expo?
None.
Now, I'm just gonna drive up. I'm 3.5 hours or so from driving, so I'm just gonna do that. But I'm looking forward to it. And we've been asked to. I don't know exactly what and when and how, but we've been asked to call a race. So we're gonna call a race while we're up there. We'll figure it out. We'll make it happen. As Callisto is running down Euler.
I am right. There should be 2 more.
I think you're right. I think there's 2 more stops.
Yeah.
Because if you go, let's say Euler goes to 66. So George says, first of all, bring the wifey, and there's plenty of debauchery if we want to. If we want to. Yes. So anyways, let's say Euler goes to 66, and then he goes to 99. That's going to be 31 to the end, so he won't have to stop again, but he'll have to use pretty much all those set of tires. So at the end, he'll have not much left in the tank if we go green, white, checker.
I hope no. Yeah.
If you enjoy P1's coverage of the ISRA Truck Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts, including next week, Championship Monday here at the ISRA, the best truck series there is out there. We will crown a champion one way or another next week at Pocono. 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And Brandon Graydon, it looks like, had a DC and is falling through the order and is done for the night. Hopefully it's not some of the thunderstorms that are rolling through the middle of the country right now or cause that. But Graydon was up in the top 10, and he is now out of the race. Oh, he's back. He's back in 6th. There he is. I'm sure that surprised Stretch Armstrong a little bit to have him pop up in front of him.
He have a 45, 50, the quality 60 now. So that's the quality you have to have in between 99 to 100. So it's getting up again. 75, so it's clear now.
Yeah, there's some pretty big, there's actually kind of a, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, the weather conditions are just right in the heart of the country that there's some pretty violent storms, including tornadoes, that have been spawned and probably will spawn again tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully everybody in the center of the country has not experienced any power issues as related to that. Leader is Euler by 1/10 over Callisto. Evans is 3rd, Rigney 4th, Wagner 5th, Armstrong 6th, Zorn 7th. We're watching that battle right now.
And Kirby in 10th.
And Kirby in 10th, and he is still down 3 spots. But Kirby led a lap, and he went 36 laps on that first stint, which was among the longest that was out there. There's a couple guys that went 36. Kirby is the leader who went 36. Also going 36 was Richie Hearn, Sam Crow, Rick D, Brent, Kirby's brother, went 36. Hugo went 36. So a number of drivers went 36 that haven't been legging it out as hard as the leaders have right now. Callisto around Euler getting the lead as, Euler. Did he get loose or something? Oh, he got up in the wall. The Euler coming into 1. I don't know if he missed his mark or the tires have given out on this run. He goes up into the high line, and it just didn't want to rotate, and he goes up and smacks the wall and almost picks up Lionel Callisto. Callisto avoids it, but he picks up the position. So hopefully Euler, who's now lost 4 spots from the lead down the 4th, he's got his momentum back. He can execute the fast repair. Oh, there's Rigney in the wall that time. So
bad news for, it's very bad news for Callisto because getting on the back on the Euler to save fuel.
Right.
Now there's nobody on the front of him.
So let's check and see the weather conditions change at all. Track temp 72, ambient 69, humidity still high, wind has not changed. Seems like a lot of guys that have been running that high line of it, the grip has been lost up there for some reason. They are, 14 laps into a stint, give or take. Yeah, there are a lot of great liveries out here, George. They did a good job at painting these things up. Eric Callisto is your leader. Evans is second. Euler is third with Wags now energized after getting around Rigney. Sees a little blood in the water on a damaged Euler, looking for third. Kirby and Hayes running side by side. Kirby down low and going to get a run on Braden. Ryan having himself a good race despite the little DC scare. Hugo Gallas and Britt Kirby in the back of the pack. Racing. We're at lap 53 of 130, 18 laps into the stint for Callisto. We expect him to pit right around, let's bring up the old calculator here. Right around lap 68, give or take. But look who's right behind him. And Gady.
Is coming. I think so. It's like okay, everybody start to lose timing. I'm gonna push now. Maybe wait 10 laps, maybe, and then cooling down again, and then coming to the pit. That's the good story I did before. Like everybody just leave it. This guy burn the tires, and then I got push for 10 laps. And then the last maybe 5 or 6 or 8 laps to the pits, I cool down, I stay in my position, and then coming out the pits and gain maybe 2 or 3 positions more, and then exit to better position to for my exit. So that's a good strategy on where you do it. So all these guys didn't pay attention on that. Kirby is doing that, and that's doing well.
I'm not willing to rule out Kirby yet. He's always seemed to have a plan, and he has executed his plans pretty good. I did ask ChatGPT, what does Justin Kirby need to do to win the championship? And says for Kirby to overtake Evans and win the championship, he has a challenging but possible path. Here's what he needs to do considering his current points and the gap he needs to close. So scenarios for him to win the championship is winning both races with full bonuses. Well, yeah, that's one way to do it. It says if Justin wins both races and earns all 3 bonus points for leading the lap, the fastest lap, and the pole, he would score 43 points per race, reaching 423 points total. This would require Greg to score fewer than 59 points over both races, which would be 2 finishes of 9th or lower for Justin to win the championship. Scenario 2 is winning one race and finishing high in the other. So if Justin wins one race with full bonuses and finishes in the top 5 in the other race with bonuses, that also would be a possible road to the championship. And then the last scenario is top 3 finishes in both races with bonuses. So if Justin finishes in the top 3 with some bonuses in both races, he would still have a chance if Greg has poor finishes. For instance, let's say he finishes 2nd place with all the bonuses. He gets 40 points in both races. That would add 80 points to bring his point total to 417. In this case, Greg would need to finish outside the top 10 in both races for Justin to overtake him. Well, I don't think that's going to happen right now, as Greg going to the bottom in the tri-oval and gets the position over Callisto. I'm not sure if he led that lap at the line. Does he get the bonus point for leading the lap? But I think he'll get that bonus point this time by. And that will change things a little bit.
I already tried some Kirby. So Justin, I said, talking about Justin. So I remember the race when you wasn't here in Indianapolis
IRP.
race park. Yes. He went by accident. He have a Greg. He make the repair 2 laps down. He came from 2 laps down to 4th. Fighting for the 3rd position on, I'm gonna tell you who, with Trevor Hunt. Very close to Trevor Hunt, just only for 3/10. So, sorry, with Richie Hearn. So, he finished 5th that race. So, it's really, really fast. That track is very short, so he did a good job over there. So, it's getting a little close. I just think he had to be close on that pack on the West Brittany, Euler, Storr, and Wagner.
Yeah, we're watching that battle right now is Zorn getting around Euler. Euler is kind of hemorrhaged a little bit back to 5th from smacking the wall, and I think Rigney's right there with him. They both could use this pit stop coming up here in the next. Well, I guess for Callisto, it'll be right around lap 68 or so. Evans, let's get the camera on Evans. Now, Callisto is gleefully in the draft of Evans, which I think that's where he wants to be right now. Evans pitted at lap 35, so we're looking at lap 70 for Evans to come to pit road. But if he's going to be out front breaking the air, punching a big old hole in the air for Callisto, he might be less than 70 this time. We'll see.
Oh, I'm sorry, getting on the wall. Oh yeah. Oh no. So check the pass of Kirby on Armstrong. He tried. So Justin said the apologize for Pat Armstrong.
Oh, yeah, there we go. And he just grabbed a little bit of the bumper and pushes Stretch right into the wall.
He thought that he's going to stay low. That's why he's going like high, but he changed the line. And Kirby, yeah, made us a missing understanding over there.
Rigney and Euler side by side. Little side draft off one another down the back stretch. Hayes getting around Hearn for 10th. Still not clear. Mike's trying to battle on the bottom side. Oh, still this little side draft again. Still side by side through 3, 1 and 2. Off the corner, Brazilian clear, not quite.
guess you mentioned Evans is in the lead, or no? Yes.
Yes, Evans is in the lead. We
Okay.
got that.
Cool.
And right behind him is Callisto, still within draft range, but losing time at the moment.
Yeah,
Last
3/10.
time by, he was 3/10 faster. Evans over Callisto. Kirby getting around Euler, move him up to now 6th. So he is peaking at the right time, right before this second pit stop. Just a program reminder, tomorrow night, we will not have our signature program, the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday Night Top Split from Kentucky. We will move that to Friday. Euler coming to pit road. We will move that to Friday at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. As Tuesday tomorrow is election day in America, so we'll let everyone go vote instead of watching sim racing. Maybe some people rather do sim racing than vote. We'll see. But I tried to go vote again today, Lewis, and it was lined up around the building one more time. It was another 2 hours of vote. I'm like, forget it. I'll have to go tomorrow.
Wait, maybe 4 hours online.
Maybe it's interesting because in the United States it's illegal for your this might be a myth, but I think it's there's voter rights, and it's illegal for your their employer to say that you can't go vote or take time off to go vote. So it's up to every employer to let their employees go earlier anytime they want to go vote. So I'm actually kind of hoping that a lot of people in my area went early, and that with more polling places open, I should just be able to walk in and out. Here's Lewis Hayes coming to pit road in the P1 truck.
Also, Callisto pits.
Oh, Callisto. So I gotta go tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. So if the line is 4 hours, I'm there, and I don't have to worry about work per se.
That's cool. Okay,
Greg Evans, pit road.
Oof.
Oh, look at Wagner. Whoa! Did he speed? He had to speed. He had to speed.
Clear.
Wow.
No,
if he did not, that is very, very good. But he made up a lot of ground on Evans coming into pit road.
He entered on. He crossed the line on 48 miles, and he break 41 in the pit, so it's clear that.
Wow. And we'll see how he comes off of pit road in relation to Evans. Evans is down the way. Wags is down the way, and there they go. Meanwhile, up front, Richie Hearn, your leader. Richie, 36 laps into his stint. Might be making that turn down pit road next time by. Sam Crow second, Rick D third. Zorn up to fourth, Kirby fifth. Guyon sixth, Gallus seventh. Lionel Callisto getting around Evans for eighth. Here comes Hearn to pit road.
Rick D coming now.
Sam
So
Crow.
they need one more speed.
Zorn coming off of pit road. Kirby coming off of pit road. This is Justin. Callisto is your leader now by the having a faster stop and the undercut. He is out just a lap longer than Evans. So looking good. As we will reset here. Comes across, moves ahead of Hearn. So does Evans. He's got a 1 second lead over Evans. There you see the gaps right there. Oh, Euler is fixed. He had to execute that fast repair, and he is racing Zorn at the moment. We know Euler is fast, so can he get back up to the front? He's up now to P4.
So, before I say something, I have to check something.
I don't think Euler did execute the fast repair. I'm showing 0 for 1. The only person that's executed the fast repair is Kirby, showing him 1 for 1 right now.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's pretty good. You have that thing? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a ATVO. I will share. Yeah, you can use ATVO. The timing screen will work. You don't necessarily need to have an overlay for ATVO to work for you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I can show you how to use it. No problem.
I have that when the race lab. So
yeah, I don't think RaceLab app shows that. That would be nice though. You might be able to go to their Discord server. There's Kirby and the inside of Armstrong. Again, we saw what happened last time these two were together. A little accident happened. Yeah, if you go to RaceLab apps Discord, and Stretch really wants to get the Kirby's back bumper. It's like, if I could get there and give him a little how's about you, just to remind you. But once again, if you go to the RaceLab apps Discord, you can actually request certain features to be put into the overlay. One of which was what I suggested, as he put in. It was for the push to pass for IndyCar.
They have it, but they mark it like a 0, so you have to check when that 0 is made green. You can see it's a push to pass, but it's like after that it's getting 0 in white. So it's like oh, okay. Sometimes it's changed on the number, but the numbers change for 0, so you have to wait for the guy press the button to know how much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. All these different overlays you can use to help supplement your viewing experience or just your driving experience. Just check them out. Box This Lap is a website that I use. They do a lot of reviews of a lot of the overlay programs, and a lot of the overlay programs, some of them you have to pay for, some of them you don't. Some have some are free, some are you have to pay for a subscription to open up additional features, but they do kind of add to your racing experience by giving you more data. And of course, the more data you have, the better you're informed you are when how you race, people around you racing. 79 of 130. Callisto is your leader as Evans is now back behind him 1.8 seconds. So Evans has gained almost a second over Evans, or excuse me, Callisto gained a second over Evans. Excuse me, I can say that right. And also, Callisto has in front of him Kirby, and he's within the draft window of Kirby, so he has a little draft aid that Evans does not. Wagner is third, Zorn fourth, Rigney fifth, Euler sixth, Kirby, that's Justin. He is seventh, Stretch is eighth, Say Hey Lewis Hayes is ninth, Guyan is 10th. There's your top 10 at the moment, lap 80 of 130. And again, thanks everybody for joining us. This penultimate round of the Season 2 Truck Series Championship. Next week we go to decide the championship, or at least crown the championship, or champion for sure, at Pocono. And then we will wait a week or so, and then we will pull out the IR18.
Yeah, I started on December this year.
I have December 2nd as a tentative start date. I don't know if that's the actual start. We'll see. We'll at least have 3 weeks, I think, of racing, and then 2 off weeks because of the holidays, and then the series will resume week 4, or race 4, round 4, on January 6th. We'll see how all that shakes out, but big prize pool. A winner of the series is going to get a new set of pedals. And that is a very good segue to take a real quick break here and get a word in from Sim Motion. We'll be right back.
With years of experience and a passion for customer service, Sim Motion is a trusted name for Sim Magic products. Whether you're just getting started or a seasoned pro, we have the gear to get you on the podium. At Sim Motion, we don't just sell gear, we feel your passion for sim racing.
Yep.
And we're back. We're going to update everybody here on pit stops, but while LGN figures that out, I do want to say that the series and race is sponsored by Sim Motion. Sim Motion has over 50 combined years of experience in the community and industry. They are your one-stop strategy for everything you need for sim racing, whether you still have your rookie stripes or you are a grizzled veteran looking for that next upgrade. Check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Azatec, Butt Kicker, Moses, Sim Magic, and more. Sim Motion is a proud sponsor of the ISRA, and we want to thank them for that. Visit their online store today or follow one of their socials. All the links you need to know are in the description. I want to thank them for their continued sponsorship of the series and into next season's IndyCar series. But make sure you give them a little patronage and thank them for their support of sim racers supporting sim racers. Back to the racing on hand. Callisto, Evans, Wagner, Zorn, Rigney, your top five. And we're watching a battle between Zorn and Wagner right now. It's getting pretty close for the bottom step of the podium. When do we think next stops are going to occur?
Should be in 102, 2, and 106. That's the line. So that's the last lap could be so 106 to 107. So I said 102 to 106 laps, the 106 lap, sorry, to the end.
All right. And up front, Callisto has caught up to Kirby and is using him exactly what we thought he would use him as a ramrod through the air. He's just using him for the draft right now, and that's going to help him get some extra fuel mileage. Last time, Callisto went 35 laps, same as Evans, but the way the math worked out is Callisto came to pit road one lap earlier. So he's 18 laps into the stint, while Evans is 17 laps into the stint. Zorn getting around Wagner for third. We were talking about that battle momentarily. They're still side by side. That battle's not over yet.
I see Richie Hearn and Guyon. Richie Hearn a little bit touch on the bump.
And we'll reset the field one more time. We'll go through the field after the last pit stops occur. Callisto's lead has been eaten into a little bit by Evans. Evans now within a second of Callisto. I think maybe too much time behind Kirby cost him a little extra time. A little aero wash maybe. And yeah, that's going to be a term that we get used to. When we get into Indy cars, you're going to hear that a lot. Hearn to the inside of Alex. Going into 3. Richie looking down low. He is cleared him.
Be careful on the exit. Yeah, it's good.
So I like your story you were telling me a little bit. Of course, the one of the running jokes we had all season long, or earlier in the season, is you got suckered into doing an Elite Racing League or Elite Racing Network a race for their truck series at Martinsville. And I think you had something like 20 or so cautions. But in that race was Richie Hearn, and they were surprised to find out that he was a real-life driver, professional driver, and winner in the IndyCar series.
So I mentioned that, and it's like, oh yeah, Richie Hearn is one of the guys. And I said, yeah, you know, Richie Hearn is IndyCar IRL and IndyCar Formula Racing. I said, and also winner. He said, really? Yeah, he's win. He won Las Vegas, and Indianapolis got third, and blah, blah, blah. And he said, oh my God, I didn't know. I really know something, but I didn't know it's that kind of yeah, he raced for Menards and
De La Pena,
he won
yep.
for
Yeah.
and De La Pena also too. And he's like, yeah, oh, I didn't know that, so it's good. Oh, good to know. Yeah, you know now.
Yeah, you never know who you're racing with sometimes, but he's a regular participant over there in the Elite Racing League's Truck Series.
And it's just funny way. So when I mentioned that, after that, he put Richie here on the camera. He said, "Here is our boy, on fifth position and things." So he changed the approach how he mentioned to after when I mentioned that. So it's pretty good.
Well, look at this. It is a three-way battle now for the lead as Zorn has caught the pack, the lead two. And now we're going to have very shortly a battle for first, second, and third all at the same time. And Wags sees this battle happen in front of him, but it's just out of reach at the moment. But Wags is in fourth, and if they start to get the racing, Wags can probably reel this group in. But it is Callisto, Evans, and Zorn. 1, 2, 3, first three trucks in your picture right there. We expect stops to occur probably about 10 laps from now, give or take.
It should be in 10 laps. So I mentioned, so Wagner won in Atlanta. So
Yes.
I don't want to say Atlanta is the same track or same conditions, but it's kind of the same miles, 1.5. So it could be good for him. That's why he's got the pole and now he's fourth position over here. And if you have a good pit entry, it's coming Evans on the pit. On the
apron there, and he clears him. He's your new leader, and Zorn's going to try to follow him through.
So yeah, if it's one that does good pit stop, could be in the battle for the race.
Zorn getting the inside. Should have the faster line, but we've seen that definitely with worn tires. The high line is the momentum line. I think Zorn's going to clear him this time. Evans, your leader. He's got 6 wins this season. Zorn won at Chicagoland, which is very similar to this racetrack.
And he almost won in the race park in Indianapolis.
And well, talk about a different racetrack compared to this. Little tiny oval.
The closest 0.001. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
For that track, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Kirby into the wall, coming off a 2. He's going to the inside, ducking out of the way. I think he might be coming to pit road. Been kind of an off week for him. Hasn't made a lot of starts, but the couple starts he has made, he has been shown pretty good. But coming to pit road, this should be a final stop for him, actually.
There is, yeah.
Oh, Evans in the wall, coming off a 2 as he washed up, and here comes Zorn. Here comes Callisto, 3 wide into 3, full send for everybody.
Oh, it's coming, Callisto.
Oh, and Callisto's coming to pit road.
Oh, no. Oh, clear. That's clear. Wow.
I think he might have been thinking, if these guys come to pit road too, I could get down there and block a little bit and force someone to have to outbrake me to the pit road. But that didn't work out that time, but he got in there and made it look good. Zorn ducks back underneath Evans, who smacked the wall, rubbed off a little momentum, but he seems to be back underway. 101 of 130. Pit stops are now occurring for final stops here at Kansas.
Zorn's coming.
Zorn coming to pit road now.
Clear.
Rigney coming to pit road now. So Evans is going to stay out longer.
I think he have the momentum, so he have to stay out.
And Kirby, he has now worked his way up to second, staying out. Richie Hearn is third. Goyan is 4th. And Zorn on pit road is classified in 5th. Now 6th as Rigney gets around him on pit road. Oh, truck
Kirby
backing up on
pits.
pit road. Or somebody might have missed their marks just by a little bit. I wasn't sure who that was. Evans, pit road, final stop. Maybe the final stop for him to clinch this championship this year. Goodman coming out in front of him. He comes down and hit his marks. He's going to the right sides. Maybe hit the left sides next. I think the way to go is you got to go 4 tires here.
Oh, was Euler, sorry. Euler, he missed the spot on the in the pit.
Easy
Just
to do.
four.
These are tough trucks to woe down. And here is Hearn at going to give up a just track position to Zorn. But Hearn is your leader. Gallus is 2nd. Big John is 3rd. They still yet to stop. Callisto will be the leader when we rejoin the action after the cycle of pit stops. Zorn will be 2nd. Wagner 3rd. Evans will be 4th.
Oh, Euler on the wall. But should be yellow. Should be the yellow is coming out. If it's... No, it's not yellow.
What happened to him? Cold tires coming off the corner, getting loose. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
no,
Oh, and then
he-
maybe a little help from Sam Crow. Yeah, a little help from Sam Crow, but I don't think it's Sam's fault. I think Sam just caught up to him while he was getting loose. Euler to the inside. Our early leader looking so well, very early stage of this race. Oof. And
Yeah,
we avoid a caution because he's well out of the racing line. Well, not quite well. He's got about a lane before he gets back on the racing line. But we're going to stay green. Hugo Gallas is now the leader. He has been out there for 33 laps, went 35 last time. He's going to get some bonus points for leading a lap. Big John coming to pit road right now. Final stop for him. Lionel Callisto will pick up the lead. Zorn will be 2nd. Wagner 3rd. Evans will be 4th. Now, we still have lots of time. We're at 106 of 130. 25 to go. Evans can still make up those positions, but can he get all the way to Callisto? That is a long way. Let's check not just gaps, but check intervals. Evans is 4 seconds behind Callisto. And he needs to pass 3 cars in order to get there. 3 trucks. Gal is on pit road, final stop. He's the last of the scheduled stoppers. But Callisto is your leader. Started 15th, was up to the lead by lap 7. Had himself a fast race all race long. He is your defending Truck Series champion. Not going to repeat this season, but he is definitely looking to put a stamp on the season with a win. Zorn 2nd. He has a win. Has one win this season. Earlier this year at Chicagoland. He is up 4 spots to 2nd. Wagner started up front today. Started on the pole. And is currently 3rd. Looking for another podium finish here. And a podium finish for him might just clinch the bottom step or solidify it for him. We'll find out more as next week I'll ask ChatGPT who has a shot for 3rd. And I think that list I read you off that list that I read you off earlier in the race will be a little bit shorter. Evans 4th. He's been up and down in the order all race long. Not a lot of consistency, but he has been up at the front consistent. That's the main thing. But he's been kind of floating in the middle of the top 10 for a lot of this race. Rigney is 5th. And Kirby is 6th. He's up 1 spot. He's kind of gone to the back, but back up, gone to the back and moved his way up to the front. Now can he run down Rigney, try to get into the top 5 where he really needs to be. Otherwise, this might clinch the championship with a top 5 finish, and Kirby finishing out of the top 5 for Evans today. Guy on 7th. He's racing Rick D right there through the tri-oval. And there is Rick D in 8th.
I see Callisto try to pass Brian, and he can't make the move.
I will keep an eye on that. Continuing to go through the field. Sam Crow had a little bit of an incident and excitement a couple laps ago. He is currently 9th. Say Hey Lewis Hayes battle for position right behind him. That's a battle for 9th and 10th. Richie Hearn 11th. Pat Armstrong now back to 12th. He's had a bit of an adventuresome day. Michael Goodman 13th. Tim Fiedler in his, I think this is his first start in this series, and if it is, welcome. He's at the 14th. He's fast early on, fast through practice. It's just this league, really pretty much everything comes down. The green flag stops. So a good debut for him up in the top 15. Graydon, who survived the DC scare, is now behind Callisto and is a lap down. He is currently 15th. Big John right behind him. He'll be 16th. Big John battle for track position with Kirby. Hugo Gallas 17th. Euler, who led a good chunk of the early portion of this race, had a couple scrubs with the wall, and then a kind of a loose situation with new tires, and they got exaggerated by Sam Crow inadvertently getting in the back of him and kind of pushing him to the inside wall down the back straight. He is now 2 laps down at 18th. But he's had, I think, a day to build off of. Led 24 laps. And Britt Kirby is on pit road. Looks like he might be done for the day. 16 to go. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell so don't miss out on the next race.
So with 15 to go, Evans passed Wagner, and now is going for Thorn. And Callisto is good over there, but it's now they cut at least 1 second over Callisto, the group of Thorn and Evans.
And again, reminder tomorrow program, no IndyCar Oval Series broadcast tomorrow because of Election Day. Also, reminder that all future Tuesday IndyCar Oval Series broadcasts until March will be at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Our next race that we will actually be doing will be the IndyCar Oval Series Friday night, special Friday night top split, 7:15 p.m. Eastern from Kentucky. That'll be this Friday. Will be that special presentation of that. And then you can hear Lewis and I next on Thursday at 7:45 p.m. Eastern on the Elite Racing League, or Elite Racing Network, for the Elite Racing League's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series, as they continue their 2024 B season with a trip to Watkins Glen, the last road course of the season for them, I believe. Yes. Then they'll finish on 3 state ovals at Iowa, Michigan for the US 500, and then their final race of the season at Gateway. That will be over on the Elite Racing Network. Zorn and Evans still battling it out. And then our final Monday doubleheader, as we will, on the 11th of Veterans Day, the NTRL Xfinity Series will have their next to last race at Talladega at 8:10 p.m. with Mark Murphy on the call there. Oh, Evans in the wall off of 4. That seemed odd. Oh. It's like he caught it, and then all of a sudden that caught it right. It caught the wheels caught right at exit.
try to going faster. Yeah, it's lose track over there with Zorn. Oof.
Yeah, he caught it right at the safer barrier, and then kind of rode the safer barrier into the non-soft wall. So that's going to really cost him some time on the racetrack. Let's look at gaps here real quick with 10 to go. Yeah, he's now almost a second behind Zorn. Zorn loose off a 2, little wag of the back end. Callisto that time by a 32-1. Zorn was actually faster.
Just for 2.
But Zorn...
Oh, for nothing. No, the same time.
Yeah, but Zorn is 1.3 behind and running out of time. We'll continue to watch this battle. So the 11th, we'll have our final doubleheader of the season, and then our championship. That's also Championship Monday for here the ISRA Truck Series. We'll crown a champion at Pocono on the 11th, and then 7:15 p.m. Eastern on the 12th. We will be back to our regular time, regular day, anyways, for the IndyCar Oval Series. As IndyCar is at Rockingham, not the UK, but Rockingham, North Carolina, North Carolina Speedway on the 12th. You guys, a lot of NASCAR fans that are watching want to check that out. IndyCar is at Rockingham on the 12th. That should be, I think, an oddity race that a lot of people are going to watch because you just never seen IndyCars at Rockingham. And in a couple of races, actually, we've done one broadcast race on the old channel back in 2022 at Rockingham, and speeds for qualifying were up over 200 miles an hour. Barely over 200 miles an hour, but over 200 miles an hour. So they can get fast there. So it is an oddity you don't want to miss at 7:15 p.m. Eastern on the 12th. Indy Cars at Rockingham. 7 to go here at Kansas.
Here,
Lionel Callisto is your leader.
I said Kirby on try to pass Rickney on to try to get the championship alive.
On the inside, getting a top 5 is going to be kind of critical here. Haven't done any in-car cams today, or in-truck cams today. Here you go. The battle with Rigney. Hear him roll out of the throttle. 4 to go for Callisto, looking for his first win this season. First win since we wrapped up the Xfinity Series.
Oh no, Euler going to the pits. Again, he hit the wall on turn 2 and went
he's just speeding in. He's like, I've had enough. I've had enough. And 3 to go. It's been a long day, but showed promise today. I think a lot to build off of, and he's just going to punch out right there. That's too bad.
13 spots loose.
Yeah, but a good day, I think. I mean, 24 laps led. His best day, I think, so far. Not his best finish, but best performance at the front. Again, I think there's a lot to build off of there. And hopefully we see him when we get into the IR18s here in a couple of weeks. And if you ever seen these guys that are kind of scared about the IR18s, they're not so sure. Uh-oh, Callisto just flaked out. Callisto just flaked out. He DC'd. With 2 to go.
73. Still in 60. Oh no.
He's down to ninth. Oh no. Callisto just DC'd. We got a battle for the. We now have a fight for the win here with on the final lap. Zorn and Evans. This is all of a sudden changed. Wagner has worked his way in a peekaboo podium here. Zorn the leader down the backstretch. In the 3, here's Evans on the high side trying to get the run, but I just don't think he has the tires in it. Zorn pushes up, gives him the dirty air. Zorn for the second win this season, coming to the checkered flag. And surprise, 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 as Gomer Pyle used to say, Josh Zorn, you just won.
Oh.
What the heck happened? I can't believe what I just saw.
He's gone. He's gone. Basically, he's still on the. Yeah, now it's gone. Gone. It's dropped. Oh, that's sad. Oh no.
I can't believe it. I really. The luck sometimes. Wow. Wow. Let's take a look at the final results. Oh my gosh. Zorn with the win and a surprise win. Evans might have just clinched. That was, I think, enough for Evans maybe to clinch the championship. I don't know for sure. We're going to have to find out here. ChatGPT gave us a number that he needed to hit. We'll see if he hits that number. Wagner, a peekaboo podium for Wagner, comes home third. I hope that makes up for whatever happened on Saturday. Kirby, he finished fourth. Is he enough? Is it enough to continue the battle for one more week? Rigney at top 5, Guy on 6th, Crow 7th, Hearn 8th, Say Hey Lewis Hayes 9th, and Rick D 10th. Pat Armstrong 11th, Goodwin 12th, Fiedler 13th. Grandin is 14th, Gallus 15th, Big John 16th, Lionel Callisto 2 laps away from getting the checkered flag, 17th, and a DC. Jake Euler 18th, Brent Kirby 19th. I believe that is our entire field, yeah. Wow. I honestly don't know. I mean, I've never seen a finish like that where the leader. I mean, I've lost races when I've for sure had them won because of VR flip out or whatever. But I was like 30 laps from the end, and I was like the car. I knew I was gonna win, right? But there was no sure thing. This was a sure thing.
You know what is worse? Lose the Indy 500 by half a tank.
Or how about smacking the wall coming to the checkered flag?
Oh yeah, for sure. That is worse. Or maybe lose the championship in one corner.
Oh my goodness.
It's happened with Massa in 2007 in Brazil. Oh, that's worse. And everybody, the Ferrari, getting. Oh, we won the championship. Now Hamilton won the championship.
Yeah, and I'll be frank. I was rooting for Massa that season. So.
That's that. Ugh.
Wow. I wish Massa came to IndyCar like Barrichello did. I think Barrichello just was not in IndyCar long enough to do much. He had a couple good races there, but I wish, yeah.
So, talking about that, Felipe Nasser is...
Yeah, he's going to get himself an IndyCar test with Penske, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know where he's going to get a seat.
Hey, gonna sit somewhere, so...
I don't know where he's going to get a seat, though, but and I don't know if he could pull out a fourth car for Indianapolis doing Indy only, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's wow, what a race. What a race. Let's get into this podium celebration. And let's bring up Matty Wags if he's around here. Here he is. And bring him on up. Well, I kind of hope this makes up for Saturday for you. We didn't talk much about Saturday, just that you had a good day, that it didn't end the way you wanted it to. Today, you were kind of up there all day today, and then right at the end, a peekaboo podium appears for you, and you finished third, and that's really going to help your chances for third in the championship here.
Let's don't talk about Saturday. Let's just leave it like that.
I want to know about Saturday. What happened Saturday?
Okay, so apparently in most IndyCar leagues that you run, usually the cars that are lap will stay between the leaders. So I had my teammates behind me at that time.
Oh, okay.
So I decided not to pit, and there was about 6 or 7 lap cars between, and 3 of my teammates in between. And so I did not know that until till I saw the second place pull up to me. I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna get swallowed. And let's just leave it like that. Let's talk about tonight.
Let's do that. Let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about your approach. It looked conservative. You kind of fell to the mid pack a little bit, and then kind of worked your way back forward. We noticed that you had some really, at least in one instance, a monster pit in where you almost got caught speeding, but just gained a ton of time on Evans on pit road. And I think that's probably where you were making up most of your time, or during the green flag pit stops. Was that the case for you? But we also saw you out there really racing tough with some people too, in the late stages.
Yeah. So with the pit entry, I was using the IndyCar approach a little bit, as a little bit slower, but I used the IndyCar braking point, and at times I did get kind of sideways. I did make up a little bit of time though, but pit exit, I was a little bit scared that I was going to loop it, because it felt like it was kind of jittery. I had 2 tracks circled the whole entire season. This one here at Kansas, and the Atlanta one. Kansas, I'm actually fairly decent. For once, I had a good, decent finish. But yeah, I felt like earlier on I was a little bit too conservative, and I watched Lando just walk away from us and say, I started waving my hand, bye bye. He just went. His plan was to run the top, and then everybody else started running the top. And I was like, I was watching the 7 truck. He was doing that the whole time. I was like, wow, okay. I tried that approach, and I'm not very good up top. I can't do it.
The running the high side for IndyCar drivers is a very foreign concept. It's normally because as an IndyCar driver, we want to stay as far off the wall as possible and stay on the bottom, because being up near the wall actually causes us drag. So we want to be away from the wall as much as possible. Not to mention these walls and this service like to reach out and grab you sometimes, which we saw a number of times here with other competitors in today's race, but not so much you. But yeah, driving the top is, I will admit, for an IndyCar driver myself, is a very foreign concept.
It's very tough. It takes a lot of practice. I was watching a few guys in practice, and I was watching Lionel Callisto. These guys have got down to a T, and I would like to learn. It's going to take some time, and I'm getting better and better. Some tracks, like last week, I was just to survive. That track was Rockingham. Forget that. I was just doing laps and just get around here. And as soon as I cross that checker flag, all that 4, I'm gone. But the race today, it was, for me, it's a big confidence booster. I'm just glad to get a podium here, but actually I really don't deserve that podium. Actually, the real win belongs to Lionel Callisto. I really feel sorry for him. We were talking in the Discord when he came back after the checkered flag flew. He having some PC issues. I know he got a brand new PC. We were talking about it too, and then all of a sudden, I watched something disappear on my screen, and I was like, he wasn't talking. I was like,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
Yep.
I really feel bad for him. You know what?
I do too.
I'm still gonna congratulate him on the win. That Lionel, good win, my brother. You well deserved that one.
Yeah, that's and you know just like when in real racing, when they drop a new engine in the in cars or trucks or Indy cars, they always do what they call an install test, where they'll go out and they run the engine around kind of at low speed and low revs and then they'll bring it back into the pits and they'll see if there's any leaks and that they'll plug it in and make sure it has all the right readings and everything that are giving back to the computer. And you got to do that almost with a new computer as well, because you don't know when it's going to go out to Microsoft and look for updates, because you never think about that, right? So the last thing you want to do for your machine in the middle of the race is to go out to Microsoft looking for updates. That impacts bandwidth. You don't want it to go out there and say, oh, well, I haven't really felt a mouse input for the last 30 minutes, so I'm going to go to standby. So you got to disable all that. Then you got to go through all your USB devices, each one of the USB ports, and say, don't shut down for power saving because I'm a PC and I'm plugged in all the time. There's so many little things that you need to tweak on your computer just when you get a new one, so it doesn't do things like that. And I feel his pain because I had to break in a new computer too, and it was hours of, did I remember to check this? Did I remember to check that? So I feel his pain. I really do. But congratulations to you. You got it. You got the third place in the race. You probably secured third place in the podium. At least you got a really good shot at it now going to the final race. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, well, big shout out to Tim Fielder for joining us here tonight. That's a really nice addition to our league, and hopefully we'll go forward from here and we'll continue to grow as one. It's very good that Mike Rigney has put together. The trucks, not so much. I'm looking forward to next season.
I bet you are.
Yes, I am. Thank you guys at TWR. I know, love you guys so much, and you guys in the broadcast booth, Gary, your wisdom is just very good on IndyCar knowledge. It's really awesome. LGN, hi, I know you're there, my friend. So you guys are a great combo. I love you guys. So y'all take care and you have yourself a good night.
Thanks a lot. Lewis is like, wait till I get back to chat. Wait till I get back to Discord. All right, points are up.
Wait. Yeah.
Points are up. I don't think Evans clinched. I will double check before we bring him in.
I did the calculation.
Okay.
So if Kirby wins the race, it's gonna make 416. But if Kirby finishes 20, it's gonna win the championship anyways.
Okay.
By 420. So just Evans need to finish the race. Whatever position is finished, he's gonna win the championship. Because today we found it 19 cars, so I make the calculation for 19.
Right.
For the 20 points. So yeah, he made 20, so it's gonna be for 20 points. But no, it's gonna be short for maybe 4 or 3 points. So yeah,
424 clinches it, I think is what I remember reading with ChatGPT. 424 clinches the win. So if he gets 424, he will get it at. But we're going to another week. That's the point that we're getting at.
Yeah, for sure.
The points coming in are 402 to 373. And it's still a battle between the top two. Wagner is now 10 points above Pat Armstrong for third. Wagner has 333. Pat has 323. Excuse me. Sam Crow 318. Hearn 314. Rigney 313. Zorn is in 8th with 307. Guyon with 306. And Sehe Lewis Hayes is in 10th with 294. And the top 10 looks pretty comfortable, at least in finishing in the top 10 if they make the race next week. Let's bring up Greg Evans and get his impact or get his thoughts on today's race impact. Greg, congratulations on the P2. A little surprise there at the end. Probably weren't banking on a P2. Probably were banking on a P3, but it was an adventurous race for you. It kind of started off, fell to the mid-pack. We saw you bounce it off the wall a couple times, probably a couple more times than you wanted. Was the racing that hard out there, or you just didn't have a good grasp on the place, or just an off day for you? Because we're all allowed to have those every now and then. What was going on? Talk about your race.
I got in a rhythm the first half of the race, and then when Lionel got out in front of me that far, I didn't really want to have to push that hard to catch the leader. But it kind of put me in a position where I had to drive it harder than I really wanted to. And yeah, I just kind of got out of rhythm the last half of the race and really struggled. And then I bounced it off the wall with about 15 to go, and never never imagined Lionel just falling out of the race. But we were catching Zorn there at the end, and yeah, for some reason I was watching Zorn, watching Lionel, and all of a sudden Lionel disappeared. And then I was like, oh God, like we just gotta try to pass Zorn now. I mean, I feel so bad for Lionel. I've had that happen a couple times. Man, there's no worse feeling to do everything that you can to win a race and be in a position to do it, and something like that happened. That's just that just really, really sucks. But I think we'd have had maybe one or two more laps. We might have been able to pass Zorn for first/second. But just ran out of time.
It looks like the championship goes to another week. I think all you have to do is reach 424 points, and that clinches it for you. But I think pretty much, depending on some of these field sizes, just taking the green flag next week may be enough for you. But I'm thinking that you probably want to clinch the championship with a win next week at Pocono. How are you at Pocono? It's a bit of a different racetrack, something that we haven't really seen at all through the history of the truck series here. It's been a lot of these cookie cutter tracks that we've been on here recently. But how are you at the Tricky Triangle?
I feel pretty good. It's one of those racetracks that you don't really get to race very often. A lot of leagues don't like it, or they'll take it out. But typically we have a pretty good race there. Won a couple races, and so we'll have to wait and see. It's a rhythm racetrack too. Shifting is going to come into place, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a very, very technical racetrack. It almost is like a road course. I mean, you slip up one time and you're going to lose 2 or 3 seconds. So we'll just have to go in there with the mindset of finishing top 5, something like that, top 10. If we have a chance to win the race, we'll definitely do that. But yeah, just looking forward to next week and wrapping this thing up, and hopefully and taking a few days or a few weeks off, and then maybe trying to shift over to the IR18 possibly. We'll see.
Oh, come on. You got this. Good racers always race good regardless of what they're in. Shout outs, any friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Yeah, thank you guys again for broadcasting, Sim Motion for sponsoring the league, Rigney for, of course, hosting it, and Freightliner, Sim Magic, Sim Labs, Sim Motion, Butt Kicker. Thank those guys for their support too.
Well, there you have it, P2 today. We're going to delay the championship for one more week. We'll see you at Pocono here on Championship Monday next week.
Sounds good. Y'all have a good week.
Yeah, you too. And bring up Josh Zorn here and get his thoughts on this surprise win. Josh, welcome to the booth. One of I right as you were taking the checkered flag, I kind of quoted Gomer Pyle, who has the actor has a history, of course, and deep history in the Indy 500, of course, singing Back Home Again in Indiana. And I said, surprise, 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 Josh Zorn is your winner. Yeah, 2 to go. Probably thinking about just, running P2, holding off Greg there at the end, kind of get some good points out of this. And then lo and behold, now you guys are racing for the win. Thoughts there in those last couple laps?
Yeah, no, I feel bad for Lionel that happened. I mean, he led 71 laps and was leading with 2 to go, and that's just no other word, but that sucks.
Yeah.
Um, but no, yeah, he was the guy to beat for sure. Kind of hit a wall trying to catch him. Got it down to a second and a half, and then he was really maintaining it really well. He had that top lane worked in well,
Oh yeah.
and Greg was making some time there as well. So no, it was a fun race, just going green the whole way. It doesn't seem like a real demanding track necessarily, but when you've got this kind of when the draft has this kind of effect and it's challenging to pass at 130 green flag laps, where's he out here?
Well, and 2 wins this season, and both kind of at similar racetracks. Does the mile and a half cookie cutters kind of suit your style better than some of these other tracks, or it's just that's how luck kind of came out this season?
Yeah, perhaps I would say maybe the mile and a halfs have a little better track record on, particularly Kansas, though. I think suits my style of kind of running the bottom and managing the tires on the bottom and just making time around the bottom. I've always, I don't know, for whatever reason, just had good success doing that here.
But win today, that kind of moves you up into a little bit into the top 10 a little bit more comfortably, with a outright pretty decent shot of, depending on how you finish at Pocono, a shot of getting into the top 5. Not bad for missing the first handful of races of the season.
No, I'll take it. Definitely came in not really expected to be in any kind of points battle or anything, just trying to get a feel for things and cut my teeth a bit, and it's been a lot of fun.
Now we're going to see in the IR18 here in a couple weeks.
Still debating that, but that's a possibility.
I good drivers always do well no matter what they're racing, and I got a feeling you'll do well. But a win today. Congratulations, second of the season. Shout outs, any friends, family, sponsors you want to say hi to before we let you go.
Well, thanks to everybody watching, for you guys, all your work on the broadcast, and for Sim Motion for their support as well.
Well, there you have it. One more week to go. Going off to Pocono next. But second win of the season for Josh Soren. Congrats, and we'll catch you next week for Championship Monday.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Lewis, another a race that seemed kind of by the book, a very stereotypical ISRA race. No cautions, green flag running, emphasizing on hitting pit road and not getting caught speeding, and keeping it off the wall, trying to keep these trucks as free as possible, not scrubbing off as much speed, trying to keep up with the draft and in the lead pack, and kind of a stereotypical race. And we're like, oh, kind of ho-hum. And then once again, in the last 5-10 laps of this race and this series, it always seems to deliver every single week here at the end of these races.
Yeah, it's getting surprised every week. Something new. Yeah, it's heartbroken for Callisto to win over here at the race. So that's sad for him. So I said the Champions is not over, but it's like he need to just take the checkered flag and that's it. So basically that's the way he need to advance for the next week. The other thing is Wagner. So from Wagner to Storm, they have a 26 points difference. So still maybe Storm could be. This depends what's happened with Wagner and all of this guy on the front, but I think the battle for the third position is Wagner to Richie Hearn on 6 because they have 19 points over there. It could be, I said, Sam Krohn. Maybe it's between Sam Krohn and Wagner and Pat Armstrong to the third position. So it's gonna be over there. But yeah, it's kind of surprise. So today's clean race again. Good pit entries for everyone. We make the calculation for everything. It was very fun over there, and we found some mistakes on Evans. Everybody make a mistake. Back for Kirby, I think so. I don't know if he tried to conservative for the tires and things, but I think he realized on the end he did a bad strategy, I guess. And
He finished
also
fourth. I mean, he did manage to finish fourth out of all that.
but it could be fighting for the
Right.
win.
Right.
I think in the second stint he did bad pit stop, very bad, because I saw Pat Armstrong pass him and he passed again Armstrong. So before the pit stop he passed Armstrong and he passed one more guy, but he going back again. So it's like I know he's finished fourth, good consolation for him, but the thing is how he did today. So I said about Wagner
Gotcha.
today, about Atlanta and this race, so he did good today. And let's see on Pocono, it's gonna be exciting. Last race on the season on the track series. I think we keep our eyes on the third position on Wagner, Armstrong, Crow, and Wagner. Maybe Rickney is gonna be there, but yeah, I said in between these three guys.
I'll ask ChatGPT when this is over.
Yeah, say something different. Yeah.
I'll ask ChatGPT and see what it tells me. But so that's it for tonight. Once again, your podium from Kansas Speedway is Josh Zorn with a surprise win. Greg Evans with a might be championship clinching podium, second place, and Matt Wagner with the peekaboo podium finish there at the end that finishes third. Join P1 again next week for Championship Monday, round 12 of season 2 of the ISRA Truck Series, as the series will wrap up its season at the Tricky Triangle in the Pocono Mountains. Coverage should begin around 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's 9:45 p.m. Eastern. And remember, you ever need to know exactly what time it's happening in your area, because we did recently go through a time change, just go to our channel at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Find the race, click on the notify me button, or click on the bell, and you'll just be notified when we go live next Monday for the championship race. So now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know you thought of tonight's race and if you enjoyed tonight's coverage. Support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe. You're why you had to hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out more of other P1's iRacing programming, including this Friday will be a special Friday presentation of the Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series Top Split. That'll be at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, not Tuesday. Friday, special Friday showing. That is the next time we will be on the air. But you can catch LGN and I again next on the Elite Racing Network on the ERL's Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series at 7:45 this Thursday, as we call their last race at Watkins Glen. Again, at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. Elite Racing Network, just type it in, and they will take you to the page. Nice big green, bright green day glow yellow, or day glow green logo. That's what I'm trying to say. And subscribe to their page and click the bell, and you'll know when we go live for that one as well. Today's race is sponsored by SimMotion. They have over 50 combined years of experience in the community and industry. SimMotion is your one-stop strategy for everything you need for sim racing. Whether you still have your rookie stripes or a grizzled veteran looking for that next upgrade, check out their line of sim racing hardware, including top brands like Azactec, Bloodkicker, Moza, SimMagic, and more. SimMotion is a proud sponsor of the ISRA. Visit their online store today or follow one of their socials. All the links you need are in the description. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash SimCams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash SimCams. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on Twitter. You can also check them out on Instagram. Links are in the description. So, for LGN, everyone here at the ISRA and at P1, I'm Gary Gatto saying all good night. Thanks for watching. And to all our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here next week as we're going to crown a champion for our Season 2 championship. And we're going to do it at Pocono for the next race of the ISRA Truck Series. Good night, everyone.